suplex. Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday morning to each and every one of you. Noontime back on the East Coast. You are watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. Coming to you live from the Gold Light Vegas Studios in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's not as hot here as it was in Lake Havasu, gentlemen. I'm happy to be back in colder polar temperatures. Joining me here at the head table, Mr. Matt Mullen on the far end.
What's up?
The Chief is in the house. Very special guest, ring announcer for Versus Pro Wrestling and the founder and creator of WrestlePost, Mr. R.J. Jillette. Gentlemen, how is everybody this week? Welcome, R.J.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for the invitation, guys.
Bring that microphone right up there. Aaron Willer, there you go, bud. You got it. Hey, listen, we thank you because anybody that's been following TCA the last 36 or 48 hours, we had Vicky Guerrero all set. And I come out of the lake a couple hours later, and I get another email from her that AEW said, hey, we need you to do some pressers at 1 p.m. Central Time, which is like, what, 10 o'clock our time? We're off the air. Yeah. It's like, and Chief had said, yeah, we already made the change. RJ's cool. Next, Chief, hope RJ's willing to come back. You know,
that phone call. Well, what happened was,
exactly.
We're sorry.
At which point I said, excuse me. Excuse me.
Well, can you do the high-pitched voice, too?
Excuse me.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
I got to wait another week to get fired again.
That's right. You know what the funny thing is you shouldn't start on the show because she fired you last time, and then I'll get her to say, all right, he's rehired, and then you walk back on. That would be funny. But hopefully, those of you who were expecting to see Vicky today, what I just said is true. She got called AEW with Fighter Fest, I guess, is coming up in about another week or 10 days. They asked her to do some pressers. That's what I said, another 5. I'm still, listen, guys, my time right now, it's Saturday, right?
It's okay. I want to take a minute. And,
please.
I want to say welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you for having a vacation. Sorry about what happened your first day, but glad that your wife is well.
Thank you.
I don't ever want to fill that chair again. So you're not going on vacation.
But you look good, though. You look good, though.
So you're not going on vacation unless it's chief approved.
Oh, okay. I got you. Well, the way my schedule works out, once a year is about all that happens anyway. So, but here's the thing, guys. I had my laptop ready. I was going to be on Unsportsmanlike Conduct from Lake Havasu. I had the restaurant seat all ready with the lake behind me. Had a little scare with the wife Saturday morning. Yeah. We ended up spending some time in a quick care down there. And as I'm sitting in the room, we're waiting for the doctor. I'm looking at my watch. It's like 9:45. I'm like, holy crap, TCA's on right now because I lost all track of time Saturday.
Sure, understandable.
So from the room, my wife is on. All right, let me pull up, see what's going on. And Matt's in the middle, Chief's over here, and I message him saying, you guys, Chief, you look good in that seat over there, And it's a couple of minutes just to watch. But listen, I hate being away from that standpoint because you guys know how much I love doing this stuff. And it worked out in the end because Aaron E., our producer, was yelling at me all week. Take the time off. Don't worry about it. I was going to be on Unsportsmanlike Conduct to help with Brett and our guest last week, just in case. And for this show, I said, well, let me just log in at the beginning for the guys. We'll say hello, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going to get out of the way. I know you. And Neil did it by himself. That was my plan. Well, that all went to shit when I went to Quick Care at 7:30 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So... okay, Thomas Burnett is willing to chime in next time as well. That's cool. And I want to thank everybody in there who's welcomed me back to the set and the microphone. It's good to be back. Okay, so with that, we got the man here. Yes, sir.
Do you have a story?
Oh, yeah, story time. We don't have cereal to worry about. But
story time?
For legal purposes, this is a joke.
Names have been protected. All right.
But there was some crazy guy that was sleeping on Fremont, decided to get up and swing at me.
Out of nowhere?
So he may have got chicken winged and thrown in a construction ditch.
Oh, he may have. Allegedly.
May have.
Allegedly, maybe he tripped in it.
Yeah, it was a joke.
Right,
for
there
sure.
you go.
Haha.
Well, that guy will never be the same.
That's the best you can come up with?
It was kind of a strange week. Wasn't really anything too insane.
You look tired.
Worked 16 hours yesterday.
You look tired, buddy.
So what time did you try to get into bed last night or this morning?
Like 1:30.
Wow. Well, I have to say, you were not alone. Aaron was up till about 2 refurbishing some stuff for Twin Brothers. We have a new intro that he worked on for us. So you guys should have met for coffee or something.
I got like part of the way here to like Rainbow and realized I left the run sheets at home. So I had to jet back.
Stuff happens. All right, with that, let's officially welcome RJ Jillette. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to be a guest here.
You ready to rock and roll?
Absolutely.
Let's give the world a little introduction. As I mentioned at the top, we obviously locally know you as the ring announcer for Versus, but Versus is not the only place you do that. You have a long resume of places that you've also done ring announcing.
Absolutely.
And the founder of WrestlePost. Let's talk about how that came about before we get into some rumor topics.
Absolutely. I appreciate you giving me an opportunity.
I'll send you a bill afterwards. Don't worry.
Wait.
Oh. It's official now?
Now it is. Well, you
That's
got to stay
official?
on the bell.
I got to stay on the bell.
That's yours, yeah.
Okay, you got it.
I know you used to a microphone, but, you know.
Oh, I've had plenty of time on the bell, man.
Okay.
We all start somewhere, right?
Our audience is very tough on our bell ringers, so you
Okay.
better do a good job.
All right. Let me give it a shot real quick here.
That's not bad.
Not bad?
Hey,
First
right.
one that didn't try banging it on the top, right, Chief?
Yep. Hey, Thomas Burnett, I think we found a bell ringer sign.
Oh.
Well, I've been in wrestling lucky enough to be in wrestling for about 6 years, mostly ring announcing. I started in the Portland, Northwest area,
Okay.
Pacific Northwest, and decided to get into it as a referee at first.
Oh, okay.
During the training process, it turned out I was maybe a little accident prone,
Aha.
and I did
Allegedly.
allegedly break my collarbone
Oh, no.
doing bumps and rolls.
Wow.
So during the time that I was recovering, I would still go to the training center,
Mm-hmm.
and I got to participate in the promo classes.
Mm-hmm.
So one day at the end of the class, when all the other wrestlers were done, and I had my arm in a sling, and I said, Len Denton, the grappler. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Len Denton, the grappler, but
Absolutely.
he's a great territory wrestler. Props, shout out to Len Denton, the grappler. And he was the main head coach and the booker over there for WCWC. And I said, hey, man, can I give it a shot? He goes, yeah, of course. So I went up there and I cut a promo. And he looks back at the wrestlers and he goes, you going to let the referee cut a better promo than you guys? At which point the promoter said, oh, you got another skill. And then I got into speaking and
Right on.
doing the interviews. And actually, you know what? Karrion Kross,
Mm-hmm.
current NXT champion, was my very first live interview in front of a crowd.
Wow.
And he literally, not only was I nervous, but he literally scared the crap out of me.
Oh, yes.
I
I've
remember
interviewed-
visibly shaking, and it was hilarious, but it worked out
I've
great.
interviewed him a couple of times on previous shows over the years. And the last time I did it, he was with the other company as a bodyguard for Austin Aries and company when he got onto that. And, man, he came into the studio. And this was the second time I'd interviewed him. And he came in, and he was, just as you saw him on TV. Thank God we had a 2-minute commercial break where I can breathe. Because during the other time, I'm like holding my breath.
Yeah.
You know, so I get it. I absolutely get it. Real quickly, let's talk about WrestlePost, then we'll get into our run sheet here.
Absolutely. One of the things I really enjoyed coming up in the business with some other wrestlers, referees at the same time, one thing I realized was they all had a lot of trouble connecting with other promotions, reaching out and getting their resumes out there. So I thought of this idea. I've got to create an app called WrestlePost, one word, WrestlePost. And it's basically a directory for a place where you can find promotions, you can find schools, you can find podcasts like Thoughts Count Anywhere.
That's right. We're at the top
right
of
at
the list.
Right at the top of the list there. You can find, it's a place where talent, managers, referees, and wrestlers can all post their resumes. And so you can open it up and say, hey, I'm going to Arkansas. And you can open up the app, you hit Arkansas, you can see all the current
Right on.
wrestling promotions that are active and all their contact information. And I just wanted to make it a place, a hub, a directory for all things pro wrestling.
One-stop shop.
Absolutely. You can find services and stuff too, like graphic designers and photographers and sound engineers and things like that. So it is a growing app. It's a free app, and I created it as a tool to help the business, man. And so far, so good. Everybody thinks it's a good idea.
Well, listen, I love it, and thank you for putting us on there. And I noticed that we are on the top of the list, and I'll send you the money for that later if you
got it,
just
man.
click the podcast link. Now, Sean Hyde in the chat room says, keep announcing, RJ. Stay away from the bell. Also, Chief does have a kendo stick underneath, so just stay alert. So
I figured that. He's got like 12 in his
I know,
trunk.
right? Exactly. We're Kendo Chief. We're Chief Kendo.
You know,
Kendo Stick RS.
I smell a new shirt. If you smell it, the shirt is cooking.
You know, it'll be fun tomorrow when we're all together over at Versus doing the show. 2 p.m. at the Boulevard Mall.
Yep.
Come on out and enjoy it with us.
Absolutely. I will not be at the table this week.
Oh.
I will be doing interviews this week backstage.
Okay.
He's going
So.
to become the new Mean Gene Okerlund of Versus Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about that. but,
I do.
He's a little tall for that, but
I'll interview from my knees.
that's
I have
cool.
the same hairline.
I'll buy it.
Well, sort of.
Ken Resnick.
That's a name that came up before. I never anoint myself anything. That's up to everybody else. Except I am the Hall of Famer, so you must acknowledge me. Anyway.
The voice.
The voice.
He's
All
the
right.
real head of the table.
That's right. All right.
I'm the freaking chief.
That's right. All right, let's get started with I Hear Voices. Big rumor Goldberg will return on Monday and challenge the WWE Champion to a match at SummerSlam. Whoop-de-freaking-do.
Why? Why is this a thing?
Goldberg Lashley?
I'm okay with some Goldberg, like, nostalgia, but why is this dude got to be thrown in, like, the main event or the championship match as soon as he walks in the door? At least give him, like, a reason for any of this. At least have him walk in and, like, start a feud or something. It's just he comes in and be like, oh, I want to be WWE champion, so I get the match.
That's what I said about the contracts.
Hopefully it's the last match so I can leave early and get to the airport.
We were talking about it last week and the week before. How do they let them write these contracts this way? They can just come in and do what they want, and then after they're done, they leave for 6 months, then they come back again. It's bullshit. That, folks, is not wrestling. I'm sorry.
Nope.
So let me ask you a question. Let's take Goldberg out of the equation for one moment, and I think we're going to talk about it because obviously we're going to go over the matches for tomorrow. For SummerSlam as we progress. Who in this time, and now something started with Kofi, right? I mean, there was a storyline brewing, Kofi, etc. Who would you like to see Lashley face for the title come SummerSlam? Who would be a legitimate contender? Let's say Goldberg out of the picture. There's got to be a reason that they bring Goldberg in other than for the money pop, like you said, in contract-wise. But where's the feud? RJ, I'll start with you with that. Who would you like to see him face at SummerSlam?
Well, I'm not sure if it falls into the same category and what Chief's talking about, but I think a more legitimate contender would be Brock Lesnar. I want to see that match.
Step right back into a title match while he's been away for a year?
I know it's the same thing as Goldberg, but if I'm going to see at least, I guess he hasn't wrestled in a long time.
No, he hasn't wrestled in a year,
right.
and he's got a man bun right now.
Yeah.
So
He's got a hip ponytail.
He can take his ponytail into Monday Night Raw. Everybody wants to see that freaking match. They
Right.
wanted to see it for years.
Yeah.
Well, that's just. I was just going to ask as a follow-up, guys. Is that match? Forget the title being there. Lashley Lesnar. Are we past its hot point? I don't want to say prime, but I'll use it. Are we past that point for these guys? Everybody want to see Undertaker and Sting, but they were past their prime. That would have been a better match 15 years ago. Lashley and Lesnar maybe would have been better 5 years ago or whatever versus today. Is it really the same heat today as it would have been had they done it years ago?
There's dream matches I don't really think have like a expiration date because they're dream matches.
Right.
They would be better like years before.
Okay.
But if they were to announce Sting versus Undertaker right now,
Mm-hmm.
even though they're like 62 and 58,
Right.
everyone would tune in to watch it. Like, who wouldn't?
True.
I'm okay. I'm okay with Lesnar. Okay, I'm okay with Lesnar. I want to see that match. And I agree with what you're saying. It would probably been better 5 years ago, but Matt just hit it on the head. When you announce something like that, everybody's going to pay money to go see it.
Couple of comments in the box that I just want to mention right now. Mike Halverson chimes in. Vince believes that Goldberg draws, which he does. Our good friend Brandy says, ugh, no Lesnar either. Brandy also says he's a Hammerstone doppelganger now. Sean Hyde says Andre the Giant was an attraction, and they say these guys are attractions as always. But Andre wasn't always just thrown into a championship match. Sean also agrees Lashley and Lesnar can still go like they did 5 years ago. So just some thoughts. Speaking of Sean, our next Firehouse live remote is Tuesday, July 27th. And we have an announcement to make, I believe, as to who our guests will be at that remote. Chief?
At the Firehouse Subs on Eastern and
Russell?
The 27th at 7 p.m. It will be the Unguided, Damian Drake and Matt Vandegrift.
There you go. The Unguided live with us on the 27th. Make your plans now. We will be giving away a trip to Cancun. All you got to do is come down, fill out a raffle ticket at the end of the show. We also will have some T-shirts to give away that courtesy of ProWrestlingTees.com. By the way, we're located there, so please go out to ProWrestlingTees.com, buy a shirt or two so we can get to a certain number and get more shirts on there. Or, of course, you can always go to ThoughtsCountAnywhere.com, click on the shop tab, and simply just select your shirt. Everything from our show to the shirt we have for Garth and in honor of his grandfather, helping the Nevada Coalition of Suicide Prevention. Chief, It Ain't Easy, the Chief rant, anything you want, we got it on there as well. And there's always more shirts to come because Matt is just ingenious when it comes to putting some thoughts together and putting that. And listen, I'm going to give kudos to kudos. Matt is the guy behind our website.
Yep.
He's updates it all the time. He does the brackets. He's running our store for our stuff. Thank you as always. And we always talk about it off air, but I want everybody out there who's watching to know what else you do behind the scenes besides being on the show.
Well, that's because the Chief's illiterate with computer stuff. So I can't help his ass at all.
Real quickly, 2 more topics. There you go. There's a strong rumor that Daniel Bryan will sign with AEW.
I'm down with it.
Because he's been taking off everything, including a project that supposedly is a video game, too.
Yeah, and that's a big deal because they make a good amount of money off those video games.
Yeah. Chief?
I still want to see him go to ROH.
You've been talking about that for a while also, right?
I think that's I don't care where he goes, but I think ROH is the best fit because of his expertise, and he'll be able to help train wrestlers.
Well, I was going to say that is very true, but in AEW right now, I think they need more help behind the scenes with storyline, psychology, and everything else. And from that standpoint, and it's similar to ROH, but I think he's going to get better play at AEW for that.
You know,
they got just as many young guys in AEW, and they need more help because they're on national television.
Right. Great point.
Let me ask a question because I don't.
The answer is no.
No,
I'm just kidding.
The new show that AEW's got coming up.
Rampage.
Okay, I wonder if it would be Big Show, Mark Henry, and Daniel Bryant on Rampage.
Oh, is the
if they make him a goddamn commentator, I'm gonna trip.
Yeah, I listen. Mark Henry and Big Show, I think their in-ring careers are. I know, Mark Henry. I'm getting in shape one more, and Daniel, I think, still has a couple more years left in the ring with his psychology and his ability to work. I don't know. I'm not ready to see him behind a mic.
I think the Daniel Bryan thing's gonna happen solely because Tony Khan said in an interview that they got a surprise 10 times bigger than Aleister Black. I can't think of anything else.
On WWE you're talking about?
On Impact.
Oh, an Impact.
Sorry, Dynamite. Dynamite.
Somebody's supposed to have, there's a surprise tag partner on one of the shows, I think, formerly.
That's on Impact.
Right, formerly known as Zack Ryder. He's going into a tag match with an unspecified partner as of now.
Are the Bella Twins still under contract with WWE?
Yeah.
Probably because they've got their shows, the Total Divas or Total Bellas or whatever still. Those are WWE productions.
Yeah, they're under contract because they want to come back and win the
women's
tag titles.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
I was just thinking, maybe that would be the big surprise to Bellas and Daniel going to AEW.
Ooh.
But if they're under
cool.
But if they're under contract, it can't happen.
All right, last topic before we go to our first break. We're running a little behind. Rumor is there's a big surprise coming to Money in the Bank. RJ, thoughts, feelers, contact, rumors?
I'm thinking it's a return from injury.
Okay.
Did they announce the last entrant for the women's Money in the Bank match?
Not that I recall. Was it coming from SmackDown or Raw? Or I guess it didn't matter.
They made it. It's Tamina.
It is Tamina. They did.
It's Tamina.
Oh, okay.
I know we're not of the predictions, but with the whole Liv Morgan thing, I bet you she gets attacked backstage, and a certain person who had a child comes back and wins Money in the Bank.
Who?
Fire.
Well, I think the whatever the surprise is has a lot to do with the fact that there are fans in the building.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And that they've probably been holding back on some debuts and or returns for that.
Well,
And
listen, Vince McMahon, if you guys didn't see it, started SmackDown so appropriately. Did you guys see it?
I didn't see the beginning.
Where the hell you been?
That's right. He comes out, the crowd is rocking, he's absorbing it, big smile, and he waits and delivers his line. And I guess after that, he pretty much turned around and walked away. And what a great! You couldn't really need it to do anything more than that. I think that was absolutely perfect for an opening. Chief?
I wonder if it's going to be somebody else and not Becky.
The one that recently was in the Performance Center working out that showed pictures on Twitter?
No.
No? Not the one that was stuck in Mexico for a long time?
No.
Oh, well, then I'm off.
The one stuck on a Star Wars set?
No. Maybe it might be Scarlet. And I'll just leave it at that.
With that, we're going to step aside for our first break. We're a little bit behind, but that's okay because we don't follow our run sheet anyway. You're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. RJ Jillette is our guest, bell ringer. Matt, Chief, myself, Aaron E. on the board. We'll be back in 60.
It's not the worst podcast ever, is it? It's the best podcast. Thoughts Count Anywhere. All your wrestling news, all your hobbit all your gimmickry. Go on over, listen wherever your podcasts are downloaded. The Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. I'm the big LG Doc Ellis. That's my endorsement. Booyah!
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders. We make our subs differently because our subs make a difference. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
If inspiration is the beginning, where does it lead? Experience the 2021 Mazda 3 sedan and see where inspiration can take you.
Grab the brass ring in a 2021 Mazda 3 with exclusive FSW discounts at Findlay Mazda. Get Garth today at the Valley Auto Mall.
All right. We're back. Thoughts Count Anywhere. And who says there's no timeouts in wrestling? Okay. What else? Hey, by the way, Mr. Matt, any update on brackets? Have we updated on the site? What round are we in? Because obviously I lost track being away.
It'll be the third round, and I'll have it up as soon as I get home.
Perfect. So do we have any results, any knowledge of what's progressing from round 2? Just curious.
Give me a couple minutes.
Gotcha. So on our website, we are currently doing the best finishers in wrestling, so make sure you check that out on thoughtscountanywhere.com. Okay. Before we get into some predictions, RJ, I want to ask you, you have WrestlePost. 6 years ago, you got into wrestling. Let's roll forward 5 years, 10 years from now. You're a young guy. You'll still be around.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you see yourself in wrestling business as a ring announcer or whatever, and or where do you see the future of WrestlePost going?
I see myself in more of a administrative role, maybe in promotions, marketing. That's really kind of my strong point. I enjoy being in front of people and doing the ring announcing. Mm-hmm. My immediate goal right now is to do play-by-play.
Okay.
So I want to gravitate towards that, learn more about the business, and learn as many facets of the business as I can to be as knowledgeable as I could, so I can be a successful business. Exactly. Right. So, and at the same time, I want to bring WrestlePost along at the same time. I want it to be a tool for everybody to use. I want it to be a hub. I want it to be a helpful avenue for wrestlers to connect with each other, for fans to find wrestlers and promotions, and I just want it to be an interactive thing for everybody. There's nothing else out there like that.
I want to, since our web designer is sitting at the far end of the table, I think we need to make sure we reciprocate and put WrestlePost on thoughtscountanywhere.com somewhere prominent on the page so that folks can find his stuff through our stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
you can download it for free on.
You can download it for free on the app.
On iOS and
now
and
is
Google Play.
WrestlePost only an app? Can people get to it on a laptop like a .com?
You can also get to it on the laptop as well. You can download it on Microsoft.
So
Windows.
it's still a downloadable app that you just can't go to WrestlePost.com or something?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Only the app, but you can get it on your laptops and on your PCs.
Cool. I just wanted to clarify that.
You know what I want to do?
Tell me.
I just want to hit people with kendo sticks.
Oh my goodness.
New shirt. Where's my kendo stick?
Where's my kendo stick?
Okay.
I got
let's
ideas.
see.
I got ideas.
Yeah, you always do. Exactly. All right. Hi, Krista. Thank you for jumping in there. Todd, thank you for everybody. By the way, I've been remiss in saying this. If you call right now, 702-329-6947, or if you're outside the U.S., 855-502-4321, call right now. First caller, 30-day free trial membership to Premier Martial Arts. Now, that is transferable. So if you're not a martial arts person, that's okay. You can give it to somebody else who might be. And we'll give you a free massage at Hand & Stone Massage and Facial Spa, What's that? What are you doing?
RJ was trying.
He was trying to call.
Trying to call
That
in.
sounds like an awesome deal. Why wouldn't you call?
Well, you have. Hello. This is the Fiend calling. You
Yes.
got this. Anyway, so after you get beaten up in the premiere, you just walk down the aisle of stores and Hand Stone's on the other end of the mall. Anyway, first caller, 702-329-6947. And I do want to remind you, July 27th from 7 to 8 p.m. special remote show, Firehouse Subs at Eastern and Russell, and we will be giving away. I got some more shirts to give away, raffle-wise, and a trip to Cancun. All you got to do is show up, fill out the ticket. You must be present. Well, we'd like you to be present to win so that we can get you on camera and everything for that trip to Cancun.
And I heard that we will have a medical update on Damian Drake that night.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
I'm looking forward to that.
All right.
And anyway,
Yes.
folks, this is a phone. Pick your damn phone up and make a phone call into the studio because the chief said so.
Do it. There you go. All right, before we get to the Chiefs rant, let's get going into some of the, I know, Money in the Bank predictions, all right? Let's talk about the pre-show. SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Usos versus Dominic and Rey Mysterio. Gentlemen, let's go around the horn. Start with you, Matt.
And new. The Usos are taking the tag belts.
Okay. Oh, Commissioner Goody is, Zane is in the chat. Commissioner Zane is in the chat. Good morning, Mr. Commish.
Hey, Commish, I see you tomorrow, buddy. Be there.
Oh, he will. He's the
I have a
Commish.
feeling,
He has
yeah.
to be.
Ha!
Right?
He's obligated.
No, I did notice. Right. It's a little has to be there. I did notice, by the way, the last show because I was at taking care of some personal business on July 3rd.
Yes.
Zane, Commissioner Zane, and
Yes.
Bobby Beamer were on commentary. Did
Yes.
they be honest with me, guys? How did they do? Really?
They did a good job. Seriously.
I agree. I thought they did a good job.
Yeah.
I was surprised about their chemistry.
Yeah, the commish even.
Surprised on the chemistry.
The commish even let me get up and use my kendo
Oh,
stick.
he did.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it was pretty
Sounds
good.
like I'm being replaced. I
I'm
don't
his
know. I noticed
bodyguard.
Everybody's doing better when I'm not around. I don't know what that's all about. No, but anyway, no, that's good. I know. I listened to a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. We have a caller on the line. It's our good friend, Miss Brandy. How are you this morning, my friend?
Hi, gentlemen.
How you doing?
Hello.
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing okay. What's up this morning, girl?
Nothing.
Hi,
Just
sister. How
relaxing
you doing?
Before work.
Oh, you getting ready for
I'm
work?
good. Yeah, later today.
Okay. What time you have to go to work?
3.
3
Am,
o'clock.
am I going to see you tomorrow?
Nope. Got to work then too.
I love you.
Matt, were you going to say something?
Have a good night at work. Thanks for always keeping on.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah, we're going to see you hopefully on the
Of course.
20. Well, hopefully we'll see you on the 27th for our remote show, right?
I will be there.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, since you called in, Brandy, and you did win the Cancun trip at our last remote, but would you be interested in the 30-day free trial at Premiere, which you can give away to somebody, as well as getting that free massage?
I just want the massage.
You just want that? That's okay. That's okay. You're being honest. That's fine. I
Somebody
appreciate.
else can have the other thing.
Okay. The other thing. Okay. So I'll tell you what. Since we're connected on Facebook, in private chat, send me your email and, of course, your phone number so I can send it off to the folks to reach out to you to set up the free 50-minute massage, okay?
Okay.
Hey.
Love you guys.
Hey, Brandy.
You're a fine girl.
Brandy, maybe you,
I know.
maybe you and Mom can go have a day of it.
Yeah, that would be great.
So what you're saying is you need two.
Maybe,
You know, if you want to throw 2 in there.
Maybe.
Well, I'll see what I can do. I know people. I know people that know people. You know what I'm saying?
we know people.
I know high people in low places. Don't worry about it. I got you covered. Just private message me that information, and I'll forward it on to the folks at Hand and Stone. And now, if you know anybody else that might be interested in the premiere, like I said, it is fully transferable. You can always have it set up and send somebody else over there for 30 days. Let me know.
Now, see if you can get another caller. People should be calling into you guys and interacting.
I'm telling you.
I
Thank you.
know.
We totally agree. You heard Chief. He threw down the gauntlet.
Yep. I don't mix words.
Well, I don't want to get hit with a
We
kendo
have
stick
audio
either,
proof
so.
otherwise, buddy.
That was good. Send your thoughts to Matt at
There
Thoughts
you go.
Count Anywhere.
Exactly.
Send all your hate mail. Bring it.
All right, Brandy, listen, thank you for always being there for us. You know that we love you and support you, and thank you for calling in, and I'll send me that info, and I'll take care of you and Mom, all right?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Always supporting us. Thank you, Brandy. Okay, a couple of comments that came in the chat room as we get ready for the Chiefs.
Excuse me.
What, is Vicky calling in?
Excuse me.
Is Vicky calling in?
I put a shout out last week. For the Sin City scumbags. And Mr. Commissioner, if you're still in the
he's calling you the chief of security.
If you're still in the chat room here, I've got some derelict from the Sin City scumbags. You take notice, Sin Shitty scumbags. Chief, I better not see you tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
Now that, Mr. Commissioner, sounds like a threat to me.
Oh, boy.
And I don't take threats idly, so I'll have a chat with you tomorrow, and we're going to do something about this.
The commissioner responded.
Thank you, sir.
All right, there you go.
Sounds like they got a meeting.
It sounds like it. All right, we're going to get ready for the Chiefs rant. And then after the Chiefs rant, we're going to go to break. And then we'll start talking about tomorrow's card. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
All right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's at the bottom of the hour. This is what we like to call the Chiefs psychological event, so he feels better. With that, it is time now to turn it over for the Chiefs rant. Chief, I'm going to have to put you on hold because we have a caller coming in there, Mr. Switchboard, if you don't mind.
Not a problem.
Caller, thank you for calling Thoughts Count Anywhere. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
This is the Vegas Vandal, Austin Hunter.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What's your problem?
My problem is you coming into Scumbag Pro at me with a kendo stick.
Man, you know what? I'm just going to settle it tomorrow. Me and you in the ring, okay?
We're going to see you in the ring.
I will go to the owner tomorrow or to the commissioner, one of the two, and if there's time, I will get in the ring with you tomorrow, and we'll settle this. Not a problem.
You don't want to do that.
You're the one that's coming at me. I'm going to retaliate at you, son.
The commissioner's in there. He's still in the chat room listening, guys.
Okay, I'm going to come at you. I'm not going to back down from you.
If Mr. Clean's still in the chat room, tell him to put Chief in the ring.
You little wimp.
Tell him to put Chief in the ring.
You're freaking jabroni.
Well, he sounds like he's taking your challenge there. We're waiting to see
Good.
if Commissioner Zane is going to put him at. Listen, RJ, you come on this show, dude. Anything happens.
Yeah.
You know, you could be getting a scoop right now to put it to talk about on
You know,
this stuff.
I gave you a shout out last
Thanks,
week.
Commish.
And then you come at me like this week. You should have listened to the show last week when I gave you the shout out. You know,
I was busy last week doing Vandal.
Trying to help you out. But you know, you derelict.
Wow. I think the gauntlet's been tossed, and I want to get back to the Chiefs rant. So it sounds like it's been accepted. Now we're just waiting
we'll
for
have
confirmation.
To wait and see.
Let's see.
If I was you, I'd shut my mouth.
Because there you go. There you go. He told you, you better shut your mouth.
There you go.
Because you ain't going to want what I'm going to give to you.
Right.
I will put
it. Give me shit.
Talking to.
I will put a Tennessee dog whooping on your ass.
Sounds like we may have the first entrant into the. He hung up on. Whoa! Nobody hangs up on Chief on Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Didn't like that.
I think we're gonna have a phone match tomorrow. We'll put a phone on a pole. That's the first to get it can finish the call. Okay. Before we were interrupted by that phone call,
I think he has a new rant.
I think he has a new rant now. Exactly. Let's rip up the old one.
Yeah.
All right, Chief, take it away. Chief's rant.
Good morning, everyone. My 3 minutes of fame is now 2:58 with my 3/4 half-timers, and I am going to kick their asses tomorrow. Trust me on that. Anyway, the rant is, I saw a great match last night, and I want to talk about it. 2 females at SmackDown, Bianca Belair and Carmella. Bianca Belair finally got her just due last night. She got in front of a live audience and got the cheers that she well deserved, even though she won her WWE Championship during the COVID era. No fans there to see it. You know, we all saw it on TV or wherever we were at. But, you know, for her to be able to get back in last night before fans and the two of them perform the way they did, it was an awesome match. Carmella, you know, has been champion a couple times, has been in front of live audiences and was able to bring her along to make her look good during the match. And so I think WWE Creative finally might have done something right last night. I hope so. Anyway, that's a short rant today. That's what I wanted to talk about. That's the Chiefs rant. And Sin City scumbags, I'm coming after you tomorrow. Believe me. And I may just have a couple friends with me after I get off the show and make a phone call.
Wow.
That's the Chief. Over and out.
All right. Well, I hate to follow that up with one piece of news before we go to a break. we had a passing in pro wrestling this past week. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff passed away. I think it was 71, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Passed away, they think, from complications that may have led from concussions, but he had been ill for a while, maybe a little dementia and things like that. I saw, and hopefully we'll be able to bring up a picture here in a moment. I saw an interesting meme, RJ, that with the passing of Paul Orndorff, there he is. I don't know if you have one that was from his wrestling days, but he is the last of the Bobby Heenan stable. Yeah. All the guys he had, everybody from Big John Studd, of course, Andre, etc. And Paul Orndorff, there he is, Mr. Wonderful. Paul Orndorff was the last of that stable to go to the rest of everybody else and recreate the stable. What's your one memory of Paul Orndorff? Did you grow up at a time when he was hot?
Absolutely.
Give us your favorite memory of Orndorff.
Actually, my favorite memory of Orndorff was meeting him a couple years ago. I watched, my earliest memory of him was with the very first WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. You know, being a part of that, you can't never take that away from him. He was there, a part of the very first WrestleMania main event. But I was at WrestleCade a few years ago in North Carolina, and I got to sit in a booth, and he happened to be right next to me. And he took a moment to, he saw me looking. He took a moment to say hi to me and tell me about, he knew Len Denton, the grappler, as well. Yep. And he looked at me and he says, you know what? He told me he had both of his Hall of Fame rings on, from the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame and the WWE Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. And he said he was so much more proud of the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame one. Mm-hmm. As much, he was proud of the WWE one, but he says this is the one that, to me, gets respect. Mm-hmm. And he was so serious and so cool and took time to do that. And that's my favorite memory of Mr. Wonderful.
That's great.
Yeah.
Sean corrects me that apparently Haku and the Barbarian and the Brooklyn Brawler were part of his.
Oh, yeah.
So that meme that I found, I got to go back and correct it for those people because I had forgotten that they were with them as well. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate the added info. Okay. With that, let's step aside for a break. We're going to end up only doing 2 breaks. As we come back, guys, let's focus on tomorrow's event, plus bracketology and anything else we need to take care of. All right? With that, we'll be back in 60 seconds.
If you order Firehouse subs online or with our app, we'll have those delicious, melty subs boxed, bagged, and ready to pick up with rapid rescue to go. Firehouse subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
I'm going to the back this week.
I don't have a lot of room back there, man.
I don't know, maybe it's a good thing I'm not in the firing range.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. What would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
All right, with that, our band only played a few notes and said, the hell with you guys.
The check must have bounced.
So happens when you sign it like John Smith. They usually don't go through that way. Okay. Okay. let's get into Money in the Bank predictions. All right. So we talked about the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match during the kickoff, Usos versus Mysterio. You said Usos. Chief, your prediction for that match?
Dominic and Ray.
RJ.
I say Usos. I can see them standing next to Roman with championship belts.
I agree.
I can picture that.
I agree, except I have a problem with Jimmy having a belt with his DUI and the WWE doing, apparently, publicly, nothing about it. So I have a problem if they win. Dominic and Ray, in my opinion, should retain.
From the reports I saw, I guess the plans for WWE are bigger than his arrest because they want to do one of the Usos and The Rock versus the other Uso and Roman.
Well, that would be if they're going to protect The Rock a little bit, because I read that story as well, for fear of getting injured if they did a one-on-one. But I'm going to say that the Mysterio guys keep it. All right, WWE Championship, we kind of talked about this. Lashley and Kofi tomorrow. I think, would we all agree that it's probably going to be Lashley to retain?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Chief?
Would it be fun? It would be funny if Kofi won it, though. Nobody's expecting it.
No, absolutely.
Okay, so
the way that he went at, the way he went after Paul Heyman in terms of conversation from the ring that couple of episodes ago was very strong. Very Kofi Mania-esque the first time.
Yeah.
It'd be cool, but since Goldberg is coming back, and if Kofi loses that belt to Kofi in like 30 seconds, people will flip.
Yep.
They already did it to him once. They better not do him a dirty like that again.
Thomas, I just want to mention, you mentioned Arn and Tully as part of Bobby Heenan. Were they managed that way under WWE?
Tag team.
At WWE?
Yes.
Brainbusters.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Universal Championship. Roman Reigns versus Edge. Tough one.
Seth Rollins is looming out there, which
Yes,
makes
he
me
is.
wonder. And he's got a big problem with Edge, and Edge's got a problem with him. So
Okay.
I always
That's a
wonder.
good point.
There's too many rumors of John Cena versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, so Roman's retaining.
Okay, I agree with that. Chief?
Roman.
Okay. I think we're all in agreement. Roman will retain in some fashion. All right, the Raw Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair.
Rhea Ripley.
Chief, we'll just
That's
go right
easy.
around the horn.
Freaking steal my thunder all the time.
All right, I'll go to you first next.
Damn it. No, Rhea, my girl. Ha!
I don't know who the good guy is, who
I
the
know.
bad guy is. I really
Neither
don't.
does WWE.
Exactly.
Creative writing knows nothing.
I'm going to go with Rhea retaining.
You
Okay.
better.
I'm going to go with Rhea as well. All right, Raw Tag Team Championships, AJ Styles and Omos versus the Viking Raiders. Chief.
Viking Raiders.
Wow, you think so? Ooh, okay, that's interesting.
AJ Styles and Almost. You ain't stealing my thunder.
I'm going AJ Styles and Omos as well. I think they're going to be.
I mean, where are the Viking Raiders coming from all of a sudden? Exactly. I know that they wrestled individually and blah, 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 blah. I just don't see the Viking Raiders doing it.
You know what? We've gone down the sheet.
Okay.
We've picked almost all the favorites.
Uh-huh.
Okay. There's got to be an upset somewhere.
A swerve.
There
Sure.
has to be.
Sure. I just don't think, though, the Viking Raiders are it for the SmackDown, unless they have plans for almost individually with his size and everything, or AJ to get back involved in one of the title pictures for the, either Universal or WWE title. The draft was supposed to happen in September, end of August, September. I think I messaged you guys that
moved.
Possibly was moved. Yeah. Allegedly was being moved to now to October sometime. Yeah. So maybe we'll see. Maybe they just want to build some more storylines. All right, now the big ones, the big Money in the Bank matches. The men's will have Ricochet, John Morrison, Riddle, Drew McIntyre, Big E, Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Seth Rollins.
Anybody but Drew McIntyre. I swear to God, if he wins, I'm going to go on my own rant. But preferably Seth Rollins.
Okay.
I'm rooting for Big E, but I really believe that Riddle's going to come out of this, possibly Drew McIntyre, but I'd feel the same way as you if he did. But I can see the interesting dynamic of him holding that championship opportunity while Bobby Lashley still has the championship, and technically he's not allowed to challenge Bobby Lashley. So what are you going to do with this case?
Why is he not? I thought it was good.
The last time that Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre fought.
Oh, McIntyre. Okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. My only concern with Riddle winning, you have a snake in the grass that's still out there, if you know what I mean, the Viper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So is it possible that the Viper may cost Riddle the opportunity? Because wasn't there something with the Money in the Bank ladder match that Riddle was wrestling on behalf of Orton to try to get Orton in it?
Yeah.
Okay? So I think there's something there, and I don't think they're going to get. I don't think Riddle will win. I'm going to go with Big E. I don't know why they cooled off on him in terms of the single push with the Intercontinental with the Cruise, and then they backed that off. There's talk he may go to Raw to reunite with New Day, yada, yada, yada. But to me, I just think it's Big E's match to win. With that, we have another caller coming in. And let us say good morning to Mr. Garth Wall from Findlay Mazda. Good morning, bud.
Good morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing?
Doing very well. What's going on?
Nothing much. How was your mini vacay?
It was very good, sir. I'm having trouble getting back into the car and getting my mind straight on these shows today. But it was tough leaving the lake, dude. I got to be honest with you.
Well, I just wanted to reach out to you guys, welcome you guys back, and say good morning and tell the Chief to calm down. He's going to pop a blood vessel. He keeps wanting to jump on everybody.
You better shut up or I'm going to stuff you in the trunk.
You got your AARP card with you? Just in case.
Hey, seriously, though.
My mom's given me permission to beat up on the elderly, but I think Chief gets a pass.
Anytime you think you can and jump Froggy, bring it.
Oh, my gosh.
Anyway, I just want to know, seriously, on a serious note, how is your four-legged friend?
He's doing better. Not back yet 100%, but I do appreciate you asking. So does the wife, and let's do this.
We're sending prayers, brother.
Sending lots of prayers, buddy.
Thank you, bud.
I appreciate you guys. Hey, you guys have a great show. We'll see you guys at Firehouse.
You got it, bud. Thank you.
Love you.
All right, we have another caller calling in. Caller, thank you for calling. Who's this, please?
Hey, guys. This is Desert Shark here.
Mr. Shark is in the house.
What's up, big guy?
What's up, guys?
Hey, you going to be there tomorrow?
I will not. I will be coming back from L.A. on vacation.
Very well.
Oh, nice.
We'll get back by 2 o'clock.
That's right. It's only 4 hours.
I'll try. But if I don't wake up from a whole night of drinking at Santa Monica, then that's the problem.
I know how to get a hold of you. I'll wake your ass up.
Oh, my gosh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my gosh.
Turn your phone on
That sounds terrifying.
What brings you in today, my friend? Talk to us.
I just want to say good morning, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Aaron as well. Aaron, you've been a great mentor. And, I just wanted to give you guys all my thoughts,
Thank you, bud.
Thanks, bud.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. Have a good day,
All
guys.
right, drive home safely.
Be
All right?
safe out there.
Love you, man.
I will.
Be safe.
I
All
will,
right.
guys. Thank you.
Thank you, bud. All right, with that, let's go to the women's match. And then, of course, Matt, you have our favorite question that we can ask all of our guests. We'll answer. All right, let's talk about the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Asuka, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Ash, Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega versus Natalya versus Tamina. I find it interesting that the women's tag champs are in this match, but
Yeah.
I think it's stupid.
well, I say interesting with tongue in cheek, but
Yeah.
I want Shinsuke Nakamura.
okay. He took a hell of a bump from Kevin last night.
Uh-huh.
Good
Did
for
you
him.
just say the women's match and you just said Shinsuke
Well,
Nakamura?
I didn't get asked who I
Did you get hit with a kendo stick
the
during the
men's-
last
I
break or some
apologize,
shit?
in the men's.
She's right. I did. Oh my gosh.
Liv Morgan or Alexa Bliss? I want Shinsuke Nakamura. I was like, what?
That's that 37.5 3/4 halfheimers thing kicking
He's got
in.
long hair.
That's got to be a shirt.
Just wait till tomorrow. See, you guys, you don't know me, man. Just wait. I'm getting wound up and getting ready.
All right. Sean Hyde says Chief has a kendo stick. Why are people messing with him? We haven't heard from Duke since Chief whacked him in the shin a couple of weeks ago. All right. So let's go to the women's real quickly.
I think someone gets attacked backstage. Becky Lynch comes back and wins Money in the Bank.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
I want to see the man back.
So are you two now are predicting that, let's say, Becky Lynch or somebody attacks Liv and then Becky steps up to try to get the spot is what you're predicting?
Yep.
Okay. RJ shaking his head and agreeing. Is that what you're thinking also?
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, but I think that Alexa Bliss is going to come out of this.
Are you crazy?
And because I can see her cruising around all creepy with that case and haunting the current champion.
Did Matt
And
pay you off for something?
That's my second. I just want like the Becky Lynch thing to happen, but if it wasn't for like Becky Lynch, I would want Alexa Bliss to come out with like some kind of crazy case. Someone messes with her, like Lily pops out of the freaking briefcase, or They could do a whole lot of cool stuff
Well,
with
that would be interesting if Shayna Baszler was involved in the match, because we know how freaked out Shayna is with Alexa.
That's right.
Speaking of which, where the hell? She ain't even on the show, is she?
No, not yet.
Wow.
No.
Oh darn! No Nia Jax. What a shame.
We don't want to see. We don't want to see Nikki Ash win in her superhuman superhero costume.
She can fly back to a creative meeting and do something better. That'd be cool.
That could happen though.
Thomas Burnett puts an interesting thought in here before we move on. He says Becky should just challenge the winner of Rhea and Charlotte for SummerSlam instead of getting involved in the Money in the Bank match. It's interesting.
I just want somebody to cash in while we're live at SummerSlam. That's all I want to see. I don't care who wins either one of them.
Who's the one?
I just want to see it.
Who's the one that just got hurt?
Bailey.
Okay. Thomas, I put this out last week. The rumor is when Bailey comes back, it's going to be the man against Bailey for the belt. Okay? So that's what's going to happen. That's what creative at WWE's decided. Now, if you believe that, I'll sell you the Brooklyn Bridge.
I got $1.50. Anyway, okay.
But I like your thought.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
Give you 2 Krispy Kremes and a kendo stick.
out of this list, under the rare chance that nothing silly happens in this match, I'm going to take Vega. Dark horse, Zelina Vega. They brought her back. Yeah, she lost to Liv Morgan, but under the presumption that these names are still going to be what we see in the ring, because you can't listen. It's hard to predict matches when you know stuff is going to happen.
Sure.
But based on the names that are there, I'm going to go with Zelina Vega just because they've got to smooth her over coming back. She lost to Liv on TV. She's now she was appointed the Money in the Bank position by what's her face?
Sonya Deville.
Thank you, Sonya Deville. So I don't know. I'm just going to go with that straightforward. So
I'll just throw this one out, and we can look at it this way: who on that list right there would sell the most merch?
Alexa Bliss, because she already does.
So.
Yeah, but she's selling merchandise without having to even win a briefcase or a title. Right?
She barely even wrestles.
Yeah.
I know.
And you like her?
All right.
Okay.
Before we move on to...
You need a
Zinger.
Do you need a high definition TV to see why I like her? Or
No, I
you
don't.
still got the bars on there to not figure that out?
I like.
What is it?
I like ass.
Do you got the antenna still on your TV?
Beam me up. Hey, I got a new one for you today. Dick the Bulldog Brower.
Wow. Well, while you're thinking about that one, before we get to our famous question, and Matt, let's do some birthdays as we're about 7 minutes out from showtime.
Happy birthday to you.
So as we get ready to strum up the band over there, we'll put a quarter in the slot. There you go. If you're celebrating a birthday from today through next Friday, we want to wish you all a great happy birthday to each and every one of you. And you're celebrating with these famous wrestling people. If you're celebrating on the 17th, you are celebrating with Daphne, Mike Knox, and Mojo Rawley. July 18th, Carlos Colon, Robert Gibson, Al Snow. Always get more head with him. Joey Mercury, and the newly appointed NXTer, Mandy Rose. July 19th, Jeremy Borash, Tony Mamaluke, Jinder Mahal, Ho-Ho Lun, and our favorite of all favorites, Mr. Karrion Killer Cross on July 19th. July 20th, Adam Rose. Wait a minute. How does Adam Rose have a birthday on the 20th and the 21st? So which is it? The 20th or the
20th?
The 20th?
Yeah.
If you're celebrating a birthday on the 21st, you're by yourself. Anyway, July 26th.
That was the real three-quarters. Halftime was kicking in.
Happy birthday to you.
That's right.
My chief has 30 birthdays.
I'm getting worked up for tomorrow.
July 22nd, the Fabulous Moolah, David Von Erich, Shawn Michaels, Fandango, Kenny King, and Akira Tozawa. Happy birthday to each and every one of you from all of us here at Thoughts Count Anywhere. All right.
Happy birthday.
Woo. All right, let's ask our famous question.
Look
Look
at
that.
There's my man,
There
Dick
he
the
is.
Bulldog Brower.
Oh,
Yes. That is him.
can't even see the whites of his eyes in that first. Well, you can only see the whites of his eyes in that first picture.
That is him.
I'm gonna guess he likes to sniff stuff. Just off
Oh,
those
look at
pictures.
that dental
Yeah,
work.
definitely.
Where's Britt Baker?
See, you guys think that I make this up? I
Oh
don't
no.
He looks like he should be on Fremont
This
Street.
is the real deal.
Looking for
Did you
certain
know about him?
waking up.
Dealers.
Did you know about him?
I didn't know. This is the first time I've seen him and heard of him.
There you go. So another.
So you got to listen in because
Well, he does,
I
yes.
give the education about.
Right, he throws out a.
See, we're young. He's always throwing out like the prehistoric ones.
Now wait a
That's
minute.
good.
I know some of them. They're not that prehistoric.
Some of them will like wrestled in front of pterodactyls and shit.
But but I know Dick.
See,
Better
Chief,
finish that
Chief,
sentence real quick.
Chief watched Bulldog. Got to talk in the mic, man. Thank you.
Okay, real quickly, we only have a couple of minutes left. Matt, ask our question before we head off with RJ.
All right, RJ, who's your Mount Rushmore of wrestling?
Oh. Mount Rushmore.
Sean says that you watched him on the radio.
The radio wrestling. Brandy says
watched him on.
Brandy says the radio wrestling era.
The radio.
When the wrestling ring was dirt.
Thank y'all. You know I love you.
All right, go ahead, RJ. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm Bruno Sammartino.
Wow,
that's
a good
in my
one.
opinion.
Yep. Did you watch when Zabisco turned on him?
No.
Oh, you didn't. Oh,
No.
I watched that.
He's
on
not
TV.
that old.
I'm 44. You know,
Oh,
I'm
you were
flying
there.
around.
You were there then. 44. Christ, you're a youngster.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, next to you, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mic drop.
Where's your stick? I don't know what you bust a stick out. All
All
right.
right,
Also,
so we got Bruno.
We got
Yes,
Bruno.
you
I'm going to
mess
put
with
Ric
me.
Flair on there as well.
Ric Flair.
Ric
okay.
Flair. I'm going to put Hulk Hogan,
Okay.
and I'm going to put Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay, interesting.
That's a good list.
Those are my four.
There you go. It's a good list. Little mix of the golden era with Bruno coming in through the Attitude Era, right? I mean, listen, can wrestling ever repeat the Attitude Era? Can any wrestling promotion ever do anything like the Attitude Era ever again for that height and popularity?
With all the Karens and snowflakes around, hell no.
No way.
All right, good job. Great question. We love asking all of our guests that
I saw the
question.
greatest meme of like Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is Canada's view of Mount Rushmore, and it was like 4 butts of the presidents. And I was like, if that's down their Mount Rushmore better be Trish Stratus.
That's
4 different versions of Trish Stratus.
That's great. No, I like that idea. All right, real quickly, we got a couple of pop culture topics, and then we're going to say goodbye for the week. Who wants to talk about the first item there? Toy-Con. Where's that one? Who's got it?
Toy-Con's at the Neonopolis downtown today and tomorrow. They got a couple guys from Fast and the Furious.
Are they outside in that open area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lou Ferrigno, the original Hulk, and a couple other good people. They got like a bunch of booths. It's a good time. Come on, check it out.
Toy-Con is where I met Vicky Guerrero a couple of years ago when it was down at the convention center.
Yeah.
So it's great. It's a great event. A lot of fun down there. Commissioner Zane says not in today's PC culture regarding the Attitude Era.
Oh,
So definitely
not.
for that. Absolutely. All right.
Thanks, Commissioner.
All right. Who's got the next one? Who wants to talk about Space Jam?
Space Jam.
You saw it?
No.
You like it?
I've never seen the first one either.
Want to see it?
I have a tremendous respect for it, though. However, a basketball game in space, different rules, gravity. I'm more of a traditionalist, so I'm not too sure.
It's not your jam.
It's not exactly my jam.
See what I did there?
And
jam.
You know, I'm
It's
not
more
sure
of a
there's
strawberry guy.
I don't know if I have enough space in my day to.
I'll help you out.
To set aside for it.
It was a movie that LeBron James made a lot of money on, and I'll just leave it at that.
Well, sure.
From the reviews I saw, everyone said it's not as good as the original.
Is any
But
sequel?
it's kind of funny that like anybody that like defends LeBron James is called a bronsexual now, which is freaking hilarious to me.
A bronsexual. Say it a little slower so Chief catches it.
Bronsexual.
Is that in the dictionary?
Not yet.
But
I'll bet
I
you-
probably will in a couple of years. No,
I'll bet you it
Oh,
will be.
Jesus Christ.
Thank
my
you, brother.
goodness,
I
what just
appreciate
showed
that.
up right
You're damn right.
Yes.
He's got to stay in that all shows from now on.
Hell yeah.
All right. Last topic, ladies and gentlemen, masks. Numbers are going back up. This Delta variant, even though you've been vaccinated, is getting people.
Yep.
Our numbers here in the state as well as Clark County are inching close to double digits again. So, folks, again, I'm not preaching one way or the other. Just, I know masks are being asked again, even back in Las Vegas in some areas. If you want to err on the side of caution and you're comfortable, go for it. My wife has started wearing masks in certain places, but just be careful and don't be so. Masks in California now are coming back heavy as well.
I wonder how happy Delta Airlines is for the name of that virus.
Yeah, right. Probably no happier than the beer company. I mean, you know,
Yep.
and Snoop Dogg is pushing that beer now with Bad Bunny. So,
Yeah.
RJ, you survived, buddy.
I did.
We found out before our show, folks, that with all of his history and all that he does with WrestlePost and all the podcasts he supports, he is now no longer a podcast virgin. He has now been a full-time guest on a podcast. Thank you for coming in, buddy.
Hey, thanks.
Always a pleasure. We're going to have you come in regularly because with your knowledge, you got to be part of the show. We're going to get WrestlePost up on our website. Thoughts count anywhere.
I appreciate that.
Mr. Matt, final thoughts as we say goodbye for a Saturday.
Everybody have a good week. Stay cool. If you're out drinking, drink water. Because, dear God, I've called a lot of ambulances this week.
Oh, my gosh. Report just popped up that L.A. County commissioners and officials are telling people to stay out of Las Vegas. L.A. County.
Yes. Yes. Listen to your government. All you California drivers, hit the 15 and get out.
Chief.
Hey, all of us here in Vegas, let's come together. Let's be safe. And you stole my thunder. I was going to say, California people, stay the hell in your state. Don't come over here until it's safe. And if you don't like it, the chief said so, so I'll take the heat for
The
it.
majority of Las Vegas visitors are from California.
I don't care. Stay the hell in
All
California.
right, with that,
Pay your resort fees remotely.
Damn right.
all right, with that, we want to thank everybody for tuning in today for Thoughts Count Anywhere. Stay tuned at 12 o'clock. Twin brothers from different mothers, Neil Portnoy and I, our guest in studio, America's Got Talent Season 5 winner, Michael Grimm. Hey, have a great week, everybody. What they all said, stay safe, stay hydrated, be kind to everybody. Why is that? For all we have. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.